Is it in focus? Okay, so now I'm going to be going over to the creators cart to check out some of the interesting stuff on there. I know it's going to be hopelessly out sick, but I thought it was a cool shot, so I was going to go with it anyway. You still going? So, you've got packed one of my favourite little areas in the show today, which is film gear extraordinaire, basically. You've got a Sumo, you've got the Blackmagic 6K Pro, is it?
Indeed.
And then you've got the Lumix S5 Mark II X.
Yes, it is, yeah. What a lovely camera that is, actually. It's
is
fantastic.
it? I have not actually had to go with it yet. Lumix, if you're watching, send it. But really interesting camera. Can't wait to give it a go. But also, explain to us what you've got here, because it's beautiful, but you've got so much.
Yeah, okay, so let's start with this main centerpiece here that grabs everybody's attention. So, I'm running the Condor Blue 6K Ultimate rig. So this is the one designed for the Blackmagic 6K Pro. So I have the cage, the mount, the longer rails, I've also got I've added the lens support here. I've got the shoulder support here as well. I've got a load of Mondo ties attaching, keeping all my cables attached down. I've got the quick release here, and I have the NATO Rail Magic Arm here as well. And that's my Condor Blue setup on here. As you can see, it's working very well.
It's basically very, very, very pretty.
Yes, I think it looks amazing. I think the silver and the blue stands out.
It really does, doesn't it?
Attention. And it's built amazingly as well.
Yeah.
It's made out of a space grade alloy, so it's super light compared to some of the competitors. Very, very strong.
You could also say that it's made out of space grey alloy, which makes it sound like not space grade alloy.
Very impressive, doesn't it?
I mean, that's the main thing. I mean, when it comes to camera gear, it's basically like, what's the most impressive, right?
Stand out and be usable. I mean, if you've got to have that on your shoulder all day, and you're going to be using, if you want to be using the heavier lenses and the bigger cameras, that is a weight to be carrying around, and it can get tiring, especially if you're trying to keep it steady. So having a rig that's super light, it just makes sense. That's one of the things that's going on here. My wireless transmission is I'm using a Holdan Cosmo C1 here. As you can see, very little latency on this particular model. I have the Shogun Connect here. This is also set up to provide the camera to cloud element, streaming, etc., etc. And then I'm obviously running that all off a Core Hyperprime, or Hypercore Prime. But this is the main big boy here, which is the Zine Meister. Now, these have just dropped in price, but they are fantastic. They are performing well above their price range. They are actually performing into a price range that they are nowhere near competing with. It's just that, let's say, they don't maybe have the same recognition as some of the other brands, so it's trying to gather people's, let's say, confidence in them. They initially had the 35, 50 and 85. They have just said that they're releasing a 14 and a 24. I've not had my hands on those yet, but I can't wait to, because then it's a complete set. And that has always been a bit of the issue, there's not a complete set.
100, but like 100%, but like, yeah, like GN are like really good lenses. I've tried a couple here and there, and you know, all of that, and I do want to get them.
Across their whole range, they are outperforming the price.
Yeah.
You know, if they had another brand name on them, they may be another half, if not double the price of what you're actually paying. If you don't want to be spending, you know, thousands of pounds on your individual primes, you've got the the Samyang VDSLRs.
Oh, 100%. They are pretty much a standard as well. They're like so good. They've been going for a while now, the VDSLRs, haven't they?
Yeah, we're on Mark IIs now.
You're on Mark IIs now? Yeah, no, crazy.
I use the Mark 1s a fair bit. Mark 2s are a lot more usable. They're open.
Yeah.
They are super sharp, but they're a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah.
And then you have your Zine and your Zine CFs. Between them, there isn't much of a difference, just size. The Zine CFs are a lot more compact. They've got a little bit of carbon fibre in there as well. They have a little bit of like the glow in the dark numbers, and so you can effectively see them in low light. where they come into their element is they're a little bit smaller, so for gimbal work, they're a little bit easier to bounce. I think between the heaviest one and the lightest one per mount, there's only 200 grams.
Oh, man.
It's the same with the Zine. Actually, the PL mount, two are 1.9 kg and then one is 2.3 kg, but the E mount and the EF mount, there's like 200 or 300 grams between them.
Is it? Jesus.
Similar sort of idea across the CFs and the Zines. And it's really a preference with those. The Zine CFs are like £200 more, give or take.
Yeah.
But optically, I've struggled to see a difference. I've had people come up to me at trade shows and tell me one's better than the other optically. I can't actually see it. I wouldn't say there isn't. And if there is, it's not in your face. It's not hugely different.
It's been lovely talking to you. Have you enjoyed Wales and West?
I have indeed, yes. And everyone here is so lovely.
They are really lovely, aren't they?
I don't tend to have any horrible customers or people coming up at any of the trade shows or events, but you do tend to find you get the one or the two. I've still not experienced anyone yet, and everyone's very thankful for your time, and they're always very, oh, thank you for your knowledge, etc., etc. Everyone's very.
It's really lovely. It's been a really lovely show. And are you going to be back next year?
Yes, indeed. I hope we are anyway.
Yeah, no, it's going to be absolutely sick. Anyway, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I'll probably talk to you again and again and again, but thank you, man. Have a good day.